Hello, this is Brittany with Scott Leroy Marketing, and in this tip video, we're going to go over how to send a broadcast referral. The first step is going to be to log into command at agent.kw.com using your current MyKW username and password. Once you're logged in, you will see your main dashboard as always. And then we're going to navigate to the left-hand side and go to referrals. This little man icon here is going to be your referral. If you hover over that, you'll be able to see, that's what that is. But you can also click in this the top left, red KW, and then that'll expand the menu here for you, so you don't actually have to hover. It'll just be here for you to read. So once we click on referrals, that will redirect us to the referrals applet. The main dashboard here will give you your referral network. You'll be able to see any agent that you've connected with. And then also just what's going on with your referrals, just an overview of everything here. In order to send the broadcast referral, though, we're going to go ahead and click Map. There are a couple different ways that you can manipulate the map. You do have a drop down here so you can search different areas this way. You can actually zoom in over the parts of the current map, the country, or you can actually type in a city, which will automatically zoom in over that particular city. Now, as you can see, there are a ton of agents here in Orlando. It looks like to be 1,200 or so. This is too many agents to send a broadcast to. It has to be a maximum of 50. And anytime that you're over that, it's going to be grayed out here. You're not going to have that option to send out. In order to find the smaller list of agents, there are a couple of things that you can do. Let's say, so for Orlando, that's a really large city, and let's say there is, a better location that we can search by. So instead of doing Orlando completely, let's say Azalea Park. Once we hit Azalea Park, that will hover over it a little bit better, and then you can zoom in further. Or you can actually click these little location icons with the number of agents. Now, as you do that, you can see that it starts to break it down a little bit more for you. Once you get to a certain number of agents within your search fields, it'll start to populate those agents over here to the right-hand side. Now, you could go further and you can start clicking these different location buttons to narrow this down. Or what you could do is search, if you knew that there was a person's name, you could actually search this way. You can actually also sort this differently. This is automatically set to random. So you could do first name and last name alphabetically. If you wanted to do closed units instead, you could sort it that way. And that will update your list as needed. There's also this icon here, which will give you a filter setting. So if you click that filter setting, so like little sliding scales, you'll have a few options to sort and filter this way as well. So the first field that you're able to select is going to be your specializations. You can search by a certain number of closed units, listings sold, buy-sides, or leases. So you can narrow this down a little bit further. So let's say you had a luxury client that you wanted to refer, and you wanted to make sure it stayed with the luxury agent in the location that you're sending the referral to. You can go ahead and click that designation, and then you can filter that even further, or you can just say whoever is luxury. So for now, I'm just going to click luxury and apply the filter to see what that does to my search results. So there are 90 agents coming up. That is still too many agents to send their referral to. So I'm going to go ahead and narrow that down a little bit further, and I'm going to say I want them to have at least 8 closed units and 8 listings sold. That way we know this is for the last 12-month period, so now we know this person's going to be a luxury agent, and they're also going to have been doing deals this year. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Apply Filter now and see what that does. Perfect. Now we have the results of 16, and our broadcast referral button is open. When you are happy with the results that you have here, what you can do is click Broadcast Referral, click that button. You have the option to show your name or to not. It's by default, it's not going to show who you are. If you do want them to know who you are, you can go ahead and click Show My Identity. Unclicking that box will then hide you again. You then select your buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord, whichever applies to your client. The slider here will adjust your referral fee, and just under that, the slider here will change your acceptance deadline. Now, the acceptance deadline is going to be it's going to limit the time that they have to respond to you, basically. The other fields that you are able to update are your minimum and maximum price points. The notes field is going to be anything that you want the agents to know about this referral. Any special requests that you would like, anything like that will be in your notes field. Now keep in mind that this is going to be broadcast to everyone on the results list, so you may not want to have like completely personal information in this notes section, and maybe it'll just be more that they need hands-on, or that they're looking to move in a certain time frame, that kind of thing. You could put that in here, and that'll be perfectly fine. Now, the client information is going to be what you fill out next. You have the option to select that from a database, or you can create a new contact completely. Creating a new contact is going to ask you to fill in some personal items here, so first and last name and their client email are required. Those have to be filled in. But if you select from database, just go click on the drop down and start typing a name, and once you click on that, it'll pre-populate any of the information that's in your client contact there. The desired location, excuse me, the desired location is also required. So we're going to go ahead and say Azalea Park. And that should be all you would need to do. Of course, if your client was pre-approved or pre-qualified, you can click those boxes. If you wanted to add in the current address, you could add that in if it wasn't already populated there. You can actually change your transaction timeline. Any of these things can be edited right here within this field. Now, this information, the client information, will be kept hidden and confidential from the broadcast referral. It will not be visible until the agents respond to you and respond to the sent broadcast, and then you award that broadcast to them. So once you're happy with everything that you've filled out, you're good to go. You're going to hit send broadcast, and that will alert all of these agents that you've selected that they have a broadcast referral available for them. They can then respond to you, yes or no, that they want it. And if there are multiple agents that respond, you could then just kind of look through their profiles and then award this referral to them. Once you award the referral to the agent that responded that you've selected, this client information will be available to them. If you have any questions on this, please give us an email, shout out, support@scottlerymarketing.com, and I hope that this helps.